pick up any audio on your own. So I plug a microphone in, just what I'm doing here, for the coach. Funny story, my wife never got above the first row in the bleachers. Anything higher than that was too much. It was raining, stormy day. I'm standing there.
Good, how are you tonight?
One thing wrong, Coach Charles was out here. They're friends with my wife's not allowed to professional. I played the tape, all I could hear was kill him, murder him, jump on him.
That's funny.
Okay, but candidates will be.
Oh, I would want time to see what we even
Any more calls?
Especially Halloween, that is in there.
What words of press box did they understand?
I had to give up chocolate because it used to
See?
maple syrup. Yeah.
Dan Heffernan.
Strecker.
The late arriving crowd.
Yeah.
We always have a
What
lady.
an interesting name. Strecker Backy.
Number 63 is really number 64.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his game jersey is 64, but his practice jersey is 63.
Okay. So he's number 63 on my roster. Lucas Duhamel? He's 64?
Yeah, number 64. It's not like I'm his
Thank you.
mother.
No, I would imagine that.
Your mother?
But I'll make sure I mention him on the air tonight.
Is he your only?
No, I have a son who plays football. He used to play football. He plays hockey now. He's graduating.
Oh, senior?
Yeah, and this one. So, they're Mr. Sports nutcases. Yeah, and mommy is a fanatic.
All my nephews, and I have a lot of them, are all sport nutcases.
And I've been team one of them forever, except high school. They said, Mom, when you're in high school, you can't sit in the bleachers. Well, I can't do it. I can't do that. I don't know how to sit in the bleachers.
I officiate high school basketball. Been doing that for a couple of years now.
Ooh, nice.
I think this is year
Can you
31.
just try talking into that?
Oh, absolutely. All right, let me see here. What goes on this side? There we go. Okay, I think it's off right now, right? Which one am I? Check. Nope, nothing.
No, nothing?
No. How about this one? Check 1, 2. Nope.
No, that's the second one. Should be.
I think this has to get hooked in, right? Is that me?
No, this is mine. I'm
Ah.
trying to see if I can plug it in.
Where am I here? Okay, this. Okay. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Nothing yet. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Nope. It's got to be this thing here. Check 1, 2. Oh, I heard a noise, but nothing much. Yeah. Interceptions. Okay. Now. All right, let me see here. I got this. I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, that one's you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do too. I don't know why. I don't know why. You hear a beeping? Yeah. Could that be?
Leading rusher for the Amity Spartans, David Adelino, with 613 yards on 106 carries. And Tyler Burns, in his 3 games behind the center, is 9 for 20 for 140 yards and 3 interceptions. Fairfield Prep's leading rusher, Chris Golger, the senior, 344 yards on 44 carries, and sophomore John Moten has 32 carries for 244 yards. Their quarterback, Strecker Backey, a senior, 25 for 66 for 432 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So that's going to do it for tonight's PlayOnSports.com pregame show. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a few minutes. Friday Night Football begins on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. How'd that sound, by the way? Is that all right?
No, that sounded.
All right.
But the only thing that I don't understand is
What?
when I put it here,
Yep.
it like when you talk it goes up like it should, but when I put it here, you're able to hear and I'm able to hear, but without that.
But it doesn't work over there.
Right.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
What is happening here? Let's see. This goes in here. These are all down. Okay, those are up. I wonder if it's just this connection. What's that?
Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm about to solve this problem. All right, just do me
Wow.
a favor and check it.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it,
Oh,
yes.
there we go.
And it's actually a little bit better in my ears as
Yeah.
well. So let me
Okay,
just
good.
turn that gain up a tad.
All right, that's the problem.
And we're bouncing up there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we got 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. You want to go on when there's 3 minutes? Is that okay? Can Phil hear me and who?
No.
No? Okay. He can hear you, though, right? I was just curious. Doesn't matter. Just wondering. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show that is about to be interrupted by the national anthem. Why don't we let that play, and we will come back with the pregames right after this.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glad, the bombs bursting in air. Keep through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Okay, here we are again on Friday Night Football, PlayOnSports.com. It's the pregame show. It'll be abbreviated. This game's about to get underway. I'm Leo Bowler, and I'll be bringing you all the action here tonight. It's going to be the Fairfield Prep Jesuits at 5-1, visiting the Amity Spartans coming in at 2-4. We are here at the William H. Johnson Field in the Stan Gdansky Press Box in beautiful Woodbridge, Connecticut. The home team, Amity, coming off a loss to Xavier, 52-17. I have a couple other losses. I'm going to give you the scores because it's important to the aspect of the Amity Spartans' ability to score. They lost to Hand 35-3, but they put 28 up against Shelton in a loss, 24 up against West Haven, and beat Sheehan 58-14 and Guilford 61-43 in a game that Amity trailed at the half 20-16. Senior quarterback James Seminella will be sitting out his third game due to injury, and they will be starting a sophomore, Tyler Burns. We also may see some of junior David Ryan. So the Fairfield Prep Jesuits at 5-1 under Coach Tom Shea. They're coming off a win over Hamden, 27-20. They also have wins over Wilbercross, East Haven, Shelton, Cheshire, and their lone loss to Xavier. So we are underway here. The kick is deep. It goes to Tyler Burns at about the 10-yard line. Burns across the 20, breaks the tackle, gets out to about the 27-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10, Amity at their 27-yard line. So to finish up with the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, they will run an I formation tonight. Some of the wing you'll see as well, and they may move in a spread when they want to throw the football. And Coach Tom Shea told me before the game that they're going to need to protect the football on offense, but they also want to put some pressure on sophomore Tyler Burns on the defensive side of the ball. Amity has the football to start the game. Their leading rusher is senior David Adelino with 613 yards. He is the lone setback in the backfield behind sophomore Tyler Burns. Handoff goes to Adelino. He goes off left side. Sidestep the tackle, gets out across the 30. Got about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6 for the Amity Spartans. So the Spartans on offense, they're going to need to try and execute with a young quarterback and try and continue to be multidimensional. It's not going to be an easy task with a young quarterback, but you have to throw the ball in high school football and keep the defenses on their toes, keep them maybe off balance is best, a better way to put it. Once again, under center, handoff goes to Ricks around the right side. He breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, fights his way out close to the 40-yard line. He's close to 1st down yardage. Let's see where the ball is finally spotted. Clock is stopping to take a look at it. The referee is Bill Riccio. He's going to take a look, and he is going to announce that Amity has a 1st down. So 2 runs, 10 yards, 1st and 10 for the Amity Spartans. Corey Ricks, a junior, carrying that football. He's 5'7", 155 pounds, and he does have some wheels. He can move. Amity breaking out of the huddle. They're in the wishbone formation. They will run a flex bone from time to time, double tight end. And a hard count at the line of scrimmage draws Fairfield Prep We'll see if it's going to go against the defense or whether one of the offensive linemen twitched. The linesman pointing toward Fairfield Prep, and it will be encroachment against the defense. First penalty of the night is a 5-yard penalty against the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. So must have been a very loud, hard count for Tyler Burns because just about the entire Jesuit defensive line moved on the play. Now Amity switches out of the bone and they go into their wing T formation. Motion man going from right to left. Now the handoff to Adelino up the middle. He breaks a tackle and gets across the 50 down into Prep territory at the 44-yard line. A 14-yard run for Adelino. Oh, excuse me. After the penalty, it's a 9-yard run for Adelino. So the motion man was Joe Schwanier on that last play, and Schwanier will line up in the right wings position. Ricks in the left, Adelino in the backfield. Ball on the ground, and Tyler Burns with heads-up play gets back on top of it. Looked like an option play with Schwanier coming in motion from right to left, and Adelino maybe grabbed onto the football as Tyler Burns may have been trying to pull it out and roll to the left. He did have the pitch man in Schwanier. 2nd down and 12 for the Amity Spartans. Again, Adelino in the backfield behind quarterback Tyler Burns. Schwanier in motion and fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. Burns throws to Ricks. It's complete on the left side. Dragged out of bounds by Colton Smith. The sophomore defensive back rides Ricks out of bounds, but that's going to be enough, I believe, for another Amity first down, and it is. So Tyler Burns on the night throws his first pass complete to Corey Ricks, and the sophomore 1 for 1 on the night. You see the Amity Spartans, they're looking to the bench to get their play from their coach, give them the signals. They all check their wristbands, and they're back in the spread formation. Sort of a wing T spread. Calling for motion. Ricks finally moves. He's going to get the handoff going around the right side. Good defensive play by the Prep Jesuits, and leading the way there for Prep is Matthew Montani, the senior linebacker, comes up and makes the tackle and drops Ricks for a loss of about a yard. But the play there made more so by the defensive end coming up and making Ricks turn to the inside and not able to get to the edge to get around the outside. So going wide to the right is Nick Batone. Wide on the left this time is Schwanier. 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be David Buono and David Adelino in the I formation. Tyler Burns, another hard count. No penalty flag on the play, and this time it's going to be Buono on the left side. Tries to turn the corner. He can't do it. The Jesuits do a nice job stretching that play out. In on the tackle is Mitchell Dioramo. And about 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Amity Spartans. Once again, looking to the sidelines is Tyler Burns, and this time he will send Batone again to the right. And Corey Ricks this time will be wide to the left. Adelino will be the lone setback. In the slot on the right, he will have Fiola. And back to pass goes Tyler Burns. He rolls to his right. He's got a receiver behind the defense, and he overthrows the outstretched arms of DeAndre Wilson. Wilson is a junior, 5'9", 150-pound wideout. And Tyler Burns, I think, would like to have that one back. 8 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first quarter. No score here from the Amity High School football field. We are at the William H. Johnson Field in the Stan Gdansky press box, and we have the honor of having both of those gentlemen in the box with us tonight. Amity breaks the huddle. 4th down and 8. They will be going for it. In shotgun formation is David Ryan, and he's going to get flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, throws downfield. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Fiola, and a great defensive play out there. It looked like it was Kevin Kirshner on the defense, and Amity will turn the football over on down. So with 8 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, no score. Fairfield Prep comes onto the field behind quarterback Strecker Backey. Backey having a pretty good year so far. He has thrown the ball 66 times. He's completed 25, but he's got 6 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. Chris Golger, 344 yards on 44 carries. And John Moten, the second leading rusher, with 32 carries for 244. The handoff will go to the lone back in the backfield. It looks like Dylan Ryan with the ball. I got to get a better look at the number of the ball carrier. I believe it was Dylan Ryan, who is a senior, 5'7", 165-pound running back, and Backey gives his Jesuits the call. Clock continues to run. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10. An I formation behind Backey. 2 wideouts right and left. Backey will throw, and out of the backfield, he hits Chris Golger, and it's complete. Golger gets about 7 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down, and we're going to say 3 yards for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. So 1 for 1 now for quarterback Strecker Backey. Finding Golger out of the backfield. Golger, the leading rusher on the Fairfield Prep team. He's 6'2", 202-pound senior. This time a wing formation in the backfield behind Backey, and he's going to hand the ball off to Dillon. Ryan Dillon tries the right side, and Amity's defense swarms. Leading the way there for the Amity defense was their defensive lineman, Dennis Flanagan. He's also one of their captains. He's 6'2", 235-pound senior defensive tackle, and the Fairfield Prep Jesuits switch it up, and it looks like they are going to punt. Quarterback Tyler Burns drops back to receive the punt of Matthew Montani. No, excuse me, it will not be Montani. It's going to be, it could be Dunn, I believe. We'll get a better look at the number when he does kick the ball away. And it is actually Stephen Walsh, and it's going to go to a fair catch to Tyler Burns at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Amity Spartans. Their 2nd series of the night. It's going to be Tyler Burns again behind center. 6 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. No score. Amity and Fairfield Prep. Prep 5-1, Amity 2-4. Adelino is the lone setback. The wings are Schwanier and Ricks. Schwanier goes in a deep motion. Handoff goes to Adelino up the middle, and he bulls his way up to the 40-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans. Good blocking on the inside there by the Spartans' offensive line, led by center Nick Tadino. Same formation. Double wing with the wide on the left. Schwanier again in deep motion. And this time the option goes nowhere. Great job by the defensive line led by number 66, Anthony Palazzolo. I get that. I have it written down in phonetics and I still can't pick it up. Palazzolo, a 6'5", 282-pound. Get ready for this, folks. Sophomore for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, and I better get his name right at 6'5", 282, or I could be in trouble. Palazzola. I'm getting information in my ear here from our producer, Rihanna Bohuniak. Amity in a shotgun formation now. Adelino to the right of Tyler Burns, and a timeout taken by Bert Mazelis of the Amity Spartans. So we've got the name right, Palazzolo, and as I said, at 6'5", 282, coaches are up here in the booth. We want to make sure they don't relay that I messed his name up, because that would not be pretty. So the officials for tonight's game, let me run down the list. The referee is Bill Riccio. The umpire is Al Carfora. The linesman is Bill Schul. The line judge is Stephen Rainey. The back judge is Russ Gordon. And the electric clock operator is Ed Bruce, which I still cannot figure out why they still call you guys the ECOs, because I don't think there's a lot of fields that don't have electric clocks. I'm just a stretch, but I'm pretty sure they're all electric at this point. But there was a time when they were wound up before the game, and we just hoped there was enough twist to get through the 4 12-minute quarters. So once again, Amity breaks out of their huddle after the timeout. They've got a spread formation. Back to pass goes Burns. He looks left. Now he's flushed from the pocket. He does step around the outstretched hands of Palazzolo. He does make a nice cut to the outside. He's across the 50, down inside the 45 to about the 41-yard line. And a nice run there by Tyler Burns. Got flushed from the pocket, and that was more of a coverage situation there that would have resulted in a sack if Burns didn't get away. and he gets down into Fairfield Prep territory for the first down. Amity 1st and 10 at the 41. An I formation now behind quarterback Tyler Burns. It's Buono and Adelino, and it's going to be Adelino off the left side. He fights his way down inside the 45 to about the 43. Gain of about 3 on the play. We're going to call it 2nd down and 7 for the Amity Spartans. Back out of the game comes David Buono, and Corey Ricks goes back in to set up at his left wing spot. Schwanier on the right. Adelino the lone setback. The handoff fake to Adelino. It's an option play. The pitch goes to Schwanier. He loses his footing and gets dropped at about the original line of scrimmage back at the 41-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 10, a passing situation here for the Amity Spartans. And the coaches, again, signaling the plays in for the Spartans to take a look at their wristbands, and they all get the play and spread out to spread formation. And Burns is out to their right, and quarterback now is David Ryan in shotgun formation with Adelino to his right. Ryan drops back to pass. He looks to his right, setting up a screen across the middle. Nice defensive play made there by the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, Matt Festa. Festa, a senior, 5'7", 171-pound linebacker, picked up the receiver out of the backfield, knocked that ball down, and Amity will be forced to punt, and Fairfield Prep will be possibly pushed deep into their own territory. Into punt is Lyle Luth. Luth, a very solid kicker for the Amity Spartans. Deep for Fairfield Prep. Number 6, David Garrix. Garrix calls a fair catch, drops the football, and gets on it very quickly at the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Fairfield Prep Jesuits at their own 16-yard line. And Strecker Backey will come in and command his second set of downs for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. The Amity defense comes out in a 3-man front for the most part. They will shift to power. Ball is on the near hash mark, so they may switch to the wide side. We'll see how they declare once the offense breaks out of the huddle. And they're actually in a 4-man front with a linebacker rolled up on either side. Handoff will be given to Joseph Ganem. Ganem goes around the left side. He's out across the 20 and out for a first down at about the 27-yard line. Let me get a better look at that. I think he's across the 30. He is. He's out to just across the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, and Ganem's first carry of the night results in an 11-yard gain and a first down. Ganem only a sophomore. And once again, the Jesuits come out in an I formation. Handoff faked. Oh, no, it's handed off up the middle. Nice fake there by Strecker Backey. Lead back up the middle that time was Chris Golger, and Golger gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Nice play there defensively by the Amity front 4. Amity's linebackers in the center of the field. Very solid linebacking core. Connor Myatt right there in the middle for the Spartans, and a fake pitch and a little swing pass out to the right side over the outstretched arm of John Moten. And Backey did get hit on the play by Flanagan. Flanagan coming in from his left defensive tackle spot, put some pressure. I think Backey probably would have liked to hold on to that football for a split second longer and given Moulton a chance to turn the corner. But with Flanagan coming in so quickly, he did not have the opportunity to hold on to the football. 3rd down and 10 with 2 minutes 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. No score here. Fairfield Prep Jesuits visiting the Amity Spartans. Splitting out wide to the right is Dan Coyle for the, that's Dave Garrix out here on the wide side nearest us. And it's going to be Backey calling his own number, and he is run down in the backfield. Great defensive play there made by the Amity Spartans, Nick Walker. Walker, a senior, comes in on the left side, and Backey unable to run the student body right. He is dropped for a loss of about 7 on the play. It's going to be 4th down, 17, and Fairfield Prep will be forced to kick the ball away once again. Tyler Burns will drop deep to receive the punt from the Jesuits, and a fair catch is called, and the ball is going to drop and hit the ground at about the 38-yard line. Gets a little bit of a Fairfield Prep bounce down to the 31, and Amity will take over first and 10 with 1:43 remaining in the first quarter. These two teams battling pretty much between the 30-yard line of the Spartans and the 20-yard line of the Jesuits, and neither really getting their offenses on track quite yet. Kind of feeling each other out so far. Amity sends Nick Batone wide to the right. Corey Ricks on the left side with the tight end. He'll go in motion from left to right, faking the handoff to Adelino. Burns rolls to his right, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield. Nice play there by the Jesuits. James Marusi in the backfield helping out on the tackle. And the other tackler was Mitch Dioramo, the linebacker, coming up to make the play. A loss of about 4 on the play. We're going to call it second down and 14 for the Amity Spartans. Tight end is to the near side. Adelino, the lone back. Motion man is Schwanier. It's the option, and Adelino will take the handoff, and he gets all the way out to the 38-yard line. Nice gain on the play of about 10. It'll be third down and 3 for the Amity Spartans. Adelino, a very solid runner for the Spartans, and he, I believe he is the leading rusher for this run-oriented team. Quarterback now is David Ryan. Tyler Burns stays in the game and goes to the slot on the right side. Batone and Ricks wide to the left. Adelino in the backfield with quarterback David Ryan. Ryan throws to his right, and the receiver turned in. It was intended, I believe, for Ben Fiola, and I think Ryan thought he was turning out. So a fourth down will force Amity to kick the ball away. Luth will come in to do the punting for the Spartans. Garrix will drop deep for the Jesuits, and he's going to set up at about his 35-yard line. So Prep will get a better field position after this punt than they had on the last punt by Luth. No score yet, under 25 seconds now remaining in the quarter. Luth gets a good snap. His kick is a wobbly kick going off the right side of his foot. Takes a big Fairfield Prep bounce. Landed at about the 34. Bounces back out to the 37. And it'll be first and 10. Prep at their own 37-yard line. 17.1 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1. No score from Amity High School. Strecker Backey, the quarterback for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, coming onto the field with the play from Coach Tom Shea. Amity in their 4-man defensive front. They also roll their linebackers up tight on the line of scrimmage. Spread far wide to the right is Joe Ganem, and handoff goes up the middle, and it's Golger, I believe. We'll take a look. No, Golger is still in the backfield. That looks like it was Dillon who took the ball up the middle. Ryan Dillon loses about a half a yard there. It's going to call it second down and 11 for the Spartans, and that will do it here in quarter number 1. The Amity Spartans and the Fairfield Prep Jesuits are not moving their offenses all that well right now. They have no score here on your home for high school sports, playonsports.com. If you'd like to watch your school's great matchups like this game you're enjoying here tonight, then tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. I am Leo Bowler. I've got a great crew here tonight. Rihanna Bohuniak is our producer. Phil Anderson on the camera tonight. And we've got beautiful weather here in Woodbridge, Connecticut. It's got to be in the mid-60s right now, which is not unheard of for New England, because you know what they say about New England. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute. A game earlier today saw the Xavier Falcons trailing at 1 point, 49-18, winning the game 50-49. 2nd and 11, throw from Backy out to the outside. He's got Garrix. Garrix with the reception. He's brought down by Tyler Burns. He gets to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and a short, 2 yards for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. And the Xavier Falcons with that 50-49 victory over Hillhouse. With time running out, had the score at 49-48, decided to go for 2 and were successful for the win. So the handoff will go to Ganem. Ganem breaks the tackle in the backfield, breaks another tackle. Flags go down on the play. Ganem's got first down yardage, but we'll wait and see what the call is going to be. It's going to be holding against Fairfield Prep, and the flag is down at the 42-yard line, so it will be 10 yards from that point. The previous line of scrimmage was the 46, so it's going to end up being, after the 10 yards are marched off, about a 16-yard penalty against the Jesuits. So they had the first down, and now they're going to be faced with a 3rd down and a good distance. We'll see where the ball is going to be placed. It's going to be 3rd and 15 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. So Backy in passing situation right now. We'll see if the Prep Jesuits go to the air. They're going to send Ganem wide to the right and Garrix wide to the left. The lone setback is Golger. Fakes the handoff to Golger. Back, he looks to his right. He's going to throw over the middle. He's got Garrix wide open off his fingertips. A great effort by David Garrix. The senior stretched out just out of his reach. A nice pass by Backy, just a little long, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Fairfield Prep will have to punt the football away. Punter is Stephen Walsh. He's a junior, 6 foot, 158 pounds. Tyler Burns goes deep again for the Amity Spartans. He's set up at his 30-yard line. Has great respect for Walsh's leg. Oh, almost blocked, and Walsh goes down. No flags on the play. And losing his footing is Burns after he picked up the ball at about the 28. And down went Walsh. No call on the play, but official Bill Riccio right on top of it. Very experienced official. And it was a good no call. So it's 1st and 10 for the Spartans. There is 10 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. No score from Woodbridge, Connecticut, the Amity High School. And Tyler Burns, the sophomore, commandeering this Amity offense, will send Batone wide to the right. His tight end is to the left. Motion man is coming from left to right. It's going to be Adelino bullying his way up the middle. And he gets across the 35 out to about the 36-yard line. The motion man for the Spartans, coming from left to right that time, was Matt Adelino, David Adelino's younger brother. Matt Adelino, a sophomore, 5'7", 150-pound running back. Again, David Adelino is the lone setback. Wide out to the right is Batone. Motion man is Matt Adelino, and the handoff will go after a fake to Matt Adelino to his brother David, and stacked up at the line of scrimmage by the Jesuits is Adelino for no gain. Leading tackler there was Tony Fox, a 6'2", 254-pound defensive lineman. That is a big defensive line out there for the Jesuits. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3 for Amity. They're going to need to convert here to keep this drive alive. Tyler Burns is in shotgun formation. He drops back to pass. It looks like they're setting up a screen, and they are. And it's picked off by a defensive lineman. A great play in the middle. It looks like Greg Gentile picks it off. No, it was actually Anthony Palazzolo, the sophomore. And it's hard to throw over a 6'5" defensive lineman, and the interception with 9 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter by Palazzo gives the ball to the Jesuits in good field position. Palazzolo with the pick. 1st and 10, Fairfield Prep. Ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun formation for Backey. He's going to pitch it to Ganem. Ganem's going to pull up to throw the football, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield. An incomplete pass. His arm was going forward as he was being tackled, and the defense swarming there on Ganem, leading the way. Mike Vitale, a 6'4", 270-pound defensive lineman. And Ganem was lucky to get that ball called an incomplete pass. 9:35 remaining in the second quarter. Second down and 10 for Fairfield Prep. Backey will throw into the flats. It's complete. Breaking a tackle is Ganem, I believe. Yes, it is. Ganem with the catch. Let's get another look. Yes, it was Ganem. That's good for a Fairfield Prep first down, 10-yard gain. First and 10. Football at the 27-yard line, I believe. I like to stand up in this booth, but the windows are up, so I got to stay squatted down, so it's a little tough to get advantage to that far side of the field. First and 10 for Fairfield Prep. They're inside the 30-yard line, their best field position on the night, and Fairfield Prep wants to talk about it. They call timeout. Now, each team now has called a timeout in the first half here. And while we are at timeout, I want to tell you that Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. I'm Leo Bowler, bringing you all the action here from Woodbridge, Connecticut. It's the Amity Spartans hosting the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. No score with 9:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Phil Anderson is our videographer upstairs, and Rihanna Bahuniak, our producer. Beautiful night here in Woodbridge, Connecticut, in the mid-60s. No wind at all. Backey will go back into shotgun formation. Motion man going from left to right is Moten, and he hands the ball to Moten, who gets around the corner, gets about 4 on the play. We'll see where the final spot of the football lays. It's going to be second down and 6 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, and Moten turned the corner pretty quick. The sophomore running back is 6 foot, 173 pounds, so he's a pretty big guy for a sophomore running back. It'll be Garrick spread out wide to the right, Ganem to the left. Moten is the slot man who comes in motion, faked handoff, and Backey goes back to pass. He's going to throw back the other way. Pass is complete. It looks like Colton Smith. No, excuse me, that was Cornelius Dunn, I think. I'm going to wait till I see all the names here. Ostrowski on the catch. A very familiar name to you Howard Stern's listener. Howard Stern's wife, Beth Ostrowski, is the cousin of Andrew Ostrowski. I don't think she's 6'4", 206 pounds, though. So the size in the family went to Andrew, it seems. First and 10 for Fairfield Prep, and they're going to burn another timeout and talk about this one. There's 8:03 remaining in the second quarter. No score here. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. So there is 8:03 remaining in the first half. No score so far. Now, these two teams have put up a lot of points over this season. So a little bit of a surprise, I'm sure, to a lot of the spectators here that the score is still 0-0. Amity's put up 28 in a loss against Shelton, 24 in a loss to West Haven, 58 in a victory over Sheehan, 61 in a victory over Guilford in a game that they trailed at halftime, 20-16, that we covered right here on PlayOnSports.com. I had Lauren Falvo with me that night. He's not feeling too good tonight, so he is home, and we hope he feels better. And Fairfield Prep's Backey with the hard count draws the Amity Spartans offside. I did not see any movement from the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. We'll see which direction umpire Al Carforo will go, and he is going to march it off against the Spartans. Encroachment is the call. So as I was saying before the ball was snapped, Lauren Falvo with laryngitis could not be here with us tonight. And Lauren, Rihanna and Phil told me to tell you to feel better. Get back soon. First down and 5 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, and Backey is going to stay in shotgun formation. Going to hand the ball off to John Moten. Moten breaks tackle in the backfield, turns the corner, and he's going to scamper into the end zone. And that touchdown is going to come from the 11-yard line. An 11-yard touchdown run, and Fairfield Prep, the first team on the board here in the second quarter. John Moten with the run of 11 yards to put Fairfield Prep up 6-0. Now, ball is set up on the 3-yard line. We'll see who is going to kick the football, and it's going to be Liam Coyle, the senior, going to kick the extra point. Going to be held by Strecker Backey. It's a good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. Very solid kick right through the upright. So it is now 7-0 Fairfield Prep on Liam Coyle's extra point. So the 11-yard run for John Moten. The first scoring of this game comes with 7 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second quarter. 7-0. Amity trailing now. Will get the football kicked to them from Liam Coyle. And that extra point was kicked very solidly. Looked like it would have been good from about 25 yards. Going deep for the Amity Spartans, Tyler Burns, who literally does not seem like he has left the field at all tonight. And David Buono will be back with Burns. Buono is a junior. The kickoff comes from Coyle. An end-over-end kick that will go to Buono at about the 8-yard line. Buono across the 15. He's got some running room out across the 25, out across the 30. Breaks another tackle across the 40, and he gets dragged out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. A great return by David Buono. Run out of bounds by Anthony Johnson. There's a flag on the play. Let's see where the flag came from. Maybe it's a late hit. It was very close. Anthony Johnson hit him. No, it's going to be a hold against Amity. I don't see where the flag is, but it looks like it's right at the end of the run. So let's see where the penalty will be marched off. No, it's a personal foul. Personal foul against the Spartans. A 15-yard penalty back from the end of the run. So it would have been a 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line for the Spartans. Turns into a 1st and 10 at the Spartans' 35-yard line. 7:46 remaining in the first half. The Spartans trail 7-0 right now, and Tyler Burns will go under center with an I formation behind him. The handoff will go to Buono off the left side. He's got some good blocking there and gets across the 40-yard line out to the 42. Gain of about 7 on the play. Let's call it 2nd down and 3rd for Buono. Nice blocking there on the left side of that offensive line, led by Amity's Dennis Flanagan. Spread wide to the left is Batone. Wide to the right side is Chouanier. It's a pitch and a sweep to the right side to Buono, and a nice defensive play made there by the Jesuits' Nick Crowell. Crowell came in from his linebacker spot on the outside and made a tackle coming in. And that's one of the things that Coach Tom Shea told me before the game. He would weave some linebackers in and out of the game. And Kroll with running the defense right now, giving the the team their instructions, and they break out of the huddle, and Kroll's in the middle right now of that Fairfield Prep defense. Corey Ricks back into the game, and he'll set up at his left wing spot. Chouanier in the right, and Adelino up the middle. And Adelino will take it, and he'll be met at the line of scrimmage Nice defensive stand there by the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, and it's Art Mansolillo on the initial hit, and he's helped there by Anthony Palazzolo. So Amity will need to punt the ball away, and David Garrix will go deep to receive the punt of Lyle Luth. He's going to set up at about his 30-yard line. Luth with a pretty good leg. He can kick the ball a good distance. Low snap. It's handled by Luth. It's a wobbly kick. This is going to be a short one. Goes off the side of his foot and out of bounds. So not much of a distance on the punt. We'll see where it's finally marked out of bounds. The official walking the sidelines now. He's up to the 45, continuing to walk to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Fairfield Prep, who has converted a turnover on an interception by Palazzolo into points. With a 7-0 lead over Amity, will take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. 5 minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in the first half. Shotgun formation for Backey. Golger in the backfield with him. It'll roll to his right. Backey throws it down low. It's scooped up off the turf. Nice catch down low by Garrix. And it's a gain of about 6 on the play. We'll call it 7, 2nd down and 3 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. A little hook route for Garrix out of his wide out spot. And Backey rolled to his right. Found him in the open seam against the zone for Amity. And a completion, 2nd down. And a long 4 back in the backfield. The handoff goes to number 1, Dylan Ryan, and Ryan is lit up as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he is hit hard by Casey Grenier. Grenier, a senior, 5'11", 180, and he hit Dylan Ryan like he was substantially larger. Ryan giving up about 20 pounds to Grenier, and I think he felt pretty much every ounce of that. Loss on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. Backey will go back into shotgun formation. He'll send Ganem wide to the left, Garrix wide to the right. A hard count, and again, it looks like the Spartans may have jumped. We'll see which direction the umpire will walk this off. The referee goes to the far side. It will go against the Amity Spartans, and it will result in a 1st down for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. 1st and 10 inside of the Spartans territory at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, and Backey has been in shotgun for quite a bit of this 2nd quarter, and we'll go back there again. We'll have running backs to both sides of him. The tight end is on the far right, and he will hand the ball off to John Moten, and Moten is hit behind the line of scrimmage by a host of Amity Spartans. We'll see who the last one up is, and we'll give him the credit. Leading the way on the tackle, John Mazzone, a junior for the Amity Spartans. A loss of about a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 for Fairfield Prep. Prep travels with quite a few on their sidelines. You can see the team goes from 40 to 40 on the other side of the field, or maybe down to the 35. I formation behind Backey. Fakes the handoff to the tailback and rolls to his left. He's got a receiver open, and it is complete into the hands of Stephen Walsh, and Walsh run out of bounds by Ricks inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, and Backey made a really nice throw, rolling to his left. A right-handed quarterback threw across the body and getting some separation with Stephen Walsh. He got behind Corey Ricks, and the completion right onto the hands of Walsh. Bounced around a little bit on his fingertips, but he was able to haul it in, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Fairfield Prep with a big play there. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Looking to strike again, leading 7-0. The handoff will go to Moten. He goes around the right side, slips through a small hole, gets back to the line of scrimmage and gets only about a yard on the play. But he got small there. The hole got closed up very quickly, And it looked like Grenier again in there on the tackle, or at least forcing the running back, John Moten, back into the inside and into the heart of the defense. Moten only a sophomore. Now it's second down and goal from the 7, I should say. Backey will go back under center. The lone setback is Dylan Ryan. And it's going to be Backey rolling to his left. He's going to call his own number. Turns the corner at the 5, gets down inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be, well, let's see where the ball gets set up. I guess it's going to be at the 3, I guess. So it's going to be third down and goal. The Jesuits knocking at the door. Amity looking to have a goal line stand here with the clock running. 2:35 remaining here in the first half. The Jesuits leading 7-0 so far. Looking to get more right here. Backey will go back under center. In the backfield with Backey is Nick Crowell along with Golger. And it's going to be Golger behind Kroll, and he bulls his way down to about the 1. And it's decision time for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. 2:05 remaining here in the half, and the Jesuits are going to go for it. 4th and goal at the 1, and this could energize Amity if they're able to get the stop. It is definitely a gamble here with the tough defense that Amity has proven they can drop those running backs in the backfield. We'll see if they get the blocking they're looking for on the front line. The clock continuing to run, 1:39, and I think Fairfield Prep will wait until the arm of the back judge goes up to let them know they only have 5 seconds left on the play clock and call timeout, and that is exactly what they've done. So the lone scoring came on a John Moten 11-yard run with 7 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second quarter. And Liam Coyle's extra point was good, and the score is 7-0. Fairfield Prep. Prep comes in at 5-1, and they have scored quite a few points this season. Amity coming in at 2-4. Prep has 2 victories, 47-0, one over Wilbur Cross, one over East Haven. They have a 42-3 victory over Shelton and a 27-20 victory over Hamden. Their lone loss came at the hands of former number 1 team, the Xavier Falcons, 35-14. And the Jesuits looking to push this to a 2-score game. They lead 7-0 now with 1:36 remaining here in the first half. I'm Leo Buller. You're listening to and watching PlayOnSports.com. Phil Anderson, our videographer. Rihanna Bohuniak is our producer. And it is 4th and goal, and out of the huddle come the Jesuits. 2 backs in the backfield, and it's going to be a pitch around the outside, and going into the end zone pretty much untouched once again is John Moten. So his second score of the night coming at 1:32 of the second quarter puts the Jesuits on top 13-0. A 1-yard run for John Moten. A 1:32 remaining here in the first half, and Moten has his second touchdown. On the 1-yard run, Coyle is in to kick the extra point. And his extra point is good. So the score extends to the Fairfield Prep Jesuits 14, Amity Spartans 0. A 1:32 remaining here in the first half. And the Jesuits got their first score on the turnover on an interception thrown by quarterback David Ryan, picked off by Palazzolo. And they got some good field position inside the 40-yard line of the Spartans and marched in for the touchdown. Moten capped it with an 11-yard run, and a short punt by the Spartans got the ball to about the 45 of the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, so pretty good field position there as well. And they may move the football 55 yards for the score by Moten on the 1-yard run. So The Fairfield Prep Jesuits line up Liam Coyle to kick off the far hash marks. Deep again is Buono and Burns. It's a squib kick, bounces over the second line, bounces free for a while before it's picked up by Tyler Burns. He's across the 40-yard line. He's got some running room along the side. He's across the 40, down inside the 30, cuts back, a nice move inside the 20, down inside the 10, touchdown, Tyler Burns on a 68-yard touchdown run. He picked that ball up, I'm going to give him actually 78. He picked that ball up at about the 22-yard line. And the 78-yard kickoff return for Tyler Burns. And just like that, Amity, 16 seconds after Fairfield Prep scores, the Spartans get on the board. 14-6 is the score. 1:16 remaining. Tyler Burns with the kickoff return for the touchdown. Lyle Luth in to kick the extra point. Luth's kick is good, and the score is 14-7. So Tyler Burns just 16 seconds later, and that squib kick is not a kick that gets returned for touchdowns very often. Attempting to drop on it were a couple of second-line players, and the ball took a strange hop and went up and over the shoulders of the players on the second line. Rolled to Tyler Burns. He picked it up at about the 22. Took off down the right side, made a couple of very nice cuts, and finally tight-roped the sidelines into the end zone for the touchdown. Loose extra point is good, and it's 14-7, and he will kick off now. Deep for the Jesuits will be Ganem on the far side. And I'm looking for a number. It looks like maybe Garrick's on the near side. Luth will kick off. They're both set up at about the 15-yard line. This is a squib kick that bounces high to the second line and into the hands of James Marusi. Marusi gets about 6 or 7 on the return out to about the 38-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jesuits. So the Jesuits will take over. They do have some time left. They've got 1:11, and obviously Strecker-Backey can throw the football. The Jesuits have had some success getting behind the Amity defense. He's overthrown a receiver or two here in the first half that looked like may have been taken to the house if the pass was a little shorter, but he did connect with Walsh on a nice pass that got the Jesuits good field position inside the 10. Ganem goes in motion. 1st and 10 from the 38. Quick bubble screen out to the outside to Garrix. Garrix cuts it back to the middle, gets to the hash marks, and then is met by the Amity defense. Gets about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Quick move to the inside by Garrix. He got the ball out to the 44-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and a short 5. Backey in the backfield in the shotgun formation, rolls behind Golger and will throw into the flats. And the pass is incomplete. Intended there on the right side for Dylan Ryan. So it'll be 3rd down and a short 5 for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. Clock is stopped with 37 seconds remaining here in the first half. PlayOnSports.com is what you're watching. Good game here, 14-7 the score. An I formation behind Backey. It'll go fake to the second back and rolling to his left again. It's that same play. This one's going toward Garrick. And Corey Ricks, much tighter coverage there. Pass will go over the head of Garrix and fall incomplete. 4th down, and the Jesuits will punt the ball away with 31 seconds left on the clock. In to punt once again, the wide receiver Stephen Walsh does the punting for the Jesuits. Had a nice catch and set up the Jesuits inside the 10 on their last touchdown drive. Walsh's kick, a very high, wobbly kick. Fair catch called for by Tyler Burns. He gets the ball down at about the 24, 23-24. We'll see where the ball's set up finally. With about 24 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the ball gets set up at about the 22, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They've only got 23 seconds left. We'll see if they're happy with the score the way it is or whether they'll try to get some lightning in a bottle here. Tyler Burns in a shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Adelino up the middle, and Adelino fights his way out to about the 25, tackled on the play by the defensive lineman Tony Fox. Fox, a big guy, too. He's also big along that front line, 6'2", 254. And the Spartans will be content to let the clock run out here in the first half. So that is the end of the first half of play with the Fairfield Prep Jesuits leading the Amity Spartans by a score of 14-7. We'll be back in a little while here with PlayOnSports.com's halftime recap. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's halftime show, coming to you from the William H. Johnson Field here at Amity High School. I'm Leo Bowler, and the score here at halftime is the Fairfield Prep Jesuits 14, the Amity Spartans 7. And it was a heck of a first half. John Moten, with 2 touchdowns, leads the way for Fairfield Prep, and his first touchdown was set up on an interception by a defensive lineman, sophomore Anthony Palazzolo, a 6'5", 282-pound defensive tackle. Picked it off at Amity's 45, so that gave Fairfield Prep a short field to work with, and they capitalized when Moten scampered in from 11 yards to put the Jesuits up 6-0. The extra point by Liam Coyle was good, and it was 7-0 Fairfield Prep. And then a short punt by Amity set up the Jesuits in good field position again, and a 30-yard plus pass from Strecker Backey to Stephen Walsh put the Jesuits inside the Amity 10-yard line, and Moten capped that drive off with a 1-yard run to push the Jesuits up 14-0 after Coyle's kick. But it was a short-lasting 14-point lead, because in just 16 seconds on the kickoff, Tyler Burns went 78 yards to the house and put Amity on the board. Lyle Luce's kick was good, and Amity now trails at the half 14-7. At the end of the game, I'm going to put my head together here with Rihanna Bohuniak, who's my producer, and we'll talk to Phil, and we'll find out who we think is the player of the game, and we will name the player of the game at the end of tonight's contest. The Amity Spartans getting ready to go back out onto the field and kick off to the Jesuits, and that will do it for our halftime wrap-up. So we are going to get right into it here for the second half, and this has been a good game, and they're all pretty good ones here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school football. Welcome back to the broadcast, and it will be the Spartans. Lyle Luth kicking off from right to left. On your computer screen, it's a bouncing kick that's going to come down into the hands of Garrix. He picks it up at about the 30, gets out to about the 39-yard line. So a 9-yard return for Garrix to open up the second half here. And the Jesuits will take over 1st and 10. Once again, you are watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler, and the Jesuits with the football, leading 14-7. And Strecker Backey gets under the center, and he will hand the ball off to Ganem, going from right to left. Ganem gets no running room. Pulling guard out in front of Ganem was Anthony DeLeo, and he ran into several of the Spartans on that side, and the tackle by Grenier drops the running back Ganem for a loss of about 4. 2nd down and 14 for the Jesuits. Backey once again setting up in a shotgun formation this time, sends Walsh wide to the right, and he is going to roll that way and look to throw. On the run, he's throwing, and it is complete to Dylan Ryan, who gets just a couple of steps on Joe Schwanier, and he's able to keep his feet in bounds and complete the pass. But I think there was a flag on the play, and we have a hold against the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. The flag is down at the 29-yard line. So the original line of scrimmage was at about the 35 after the loss on 1st down, and this penalty will be marched off from the 29-yard line. So a big loss on the play is going to bring up a 2nd down, and let's let them set that stake up before we figure out how long they have to go. And it's going to be about 18, I think. Let me see here. We got 10, about 18 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 28, actually. Back to throw is Backey. He's going to get sacked. No, he breaks away and be able to get the ball out of his hands. and he's going to get a flag there for intentional grounding, and we'll see if it's going to be waved off. The flag is down back at the 9-yard line. It will be waved off. Gannon was in the area, so that is a very tough penalty. So it's a dodging a bullet there at the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. That penalty would have resulted in a penalty from the spot of the throw and a loss of down. So it'll be 3rd down and 28 to get to the first down marker. I counted 18, but I was only going to the front stake. So it's a long situation here for the Jesuits. I'm sure they'd be happy to cut this in half and punt the ball away. But Backey will set up in a shotgun formation. He's got a twins formation to his right, single threat to the left. Back to pass goes Backey over the middle. It's a high floating ball. It is over the outstretched hands of David Garrix and falls incomplete. And Stephen Walsh will come in and kick the ball away for the Jesuits. So a successful defensive stand for the Amity Spartans to open up the second half. Only 1 minute taken off the clock by the Jesuits to open up this half, and they're enjoying a 7-point lead right now, but they will kick the ball away to Tyler Burns, who will set up at his 40-yard line. Some good kicks so far from Stephen Walsh. Has Burns back at his 40, respecting the leg. Low kick, and this one, it goes off the right side of his foot. It's a spiral, and it takes a big Fairfield Prep bounce. Hit it about the Prep 45 and rolls all the way to the Amity 43-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and they'll take over at their own 43 with 10 minutes and 46 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Spartans with the football, trailing 14-7. Sophomore quarterback starting his 3rd game after senior quarterback James Seminello went down to injury. Tyler Burns, the young man, will take over 1st and 10 at the 43. Adelino, the lone setback in the backfield. Motion is Joe Schwanier. The handoff goes to Adelino off right tackle. He's across the 45, across the 50, breaks out into the open. He's down across the 45 and down and run out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Big run by Adelino to open up the second half here for the Amity Spartans. And it's 1st and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Now down, let's see where they put the ball down. It's going to be at the 33-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. A nice run by Adelino. So Burns will take his Spartans out of the huddle, and he will send Fiola wide to the left. Double wing with Ricks in motion. The handoff goes to Adelino, this time off the left tackle. And Adelino gets stood up but continues driving the legs. Ball gets loose. It's picked up by the Spartans, but the whistle had blown the ball dead. And Adelino, we'll see where they finally set it up. It looks like he got about 5 or 6. The ball is coming back to the umpire, Al Carfora. Very solid crew here. It's going to get down to the 29-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 6 for the Spartans. As you see, they all check their wristbands when the play gets called in from the sidelines. And it's a wishbone formation behind quarterback Tyler Burns. Takes the snap, and he's going to hand it on a power play off to the left side. It's going to be David Buono on the left side. He gets down, Buono gets down to about the 25-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play. Let's see where they set it up. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Spartans. Clock is moving at 9 minutes right now of quarter number 3. And Fairfield Prep looking to get a stop here on Amity's opening drive of the second half. Amity did a nice job on defense when the Jesuits had the football. Now the handoff will go to Adelino, same play to the opposite side. Adelino breaks a tackle at the 25 and fights his way down to about the 12-yard line. It's 1st and 10. We'll see where it sets up finally, the 11 or the 12. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and they are knocking on the door. The Jesuits need a stand here to keep the Spartans from tying the football game up. It is 8:30 of the 3rd quarter, and the Spartans are right there. It's another wishbone formation for the Spartans, and it's going to be the same play. Adelino off the right side. Defensively, the Jesuits do a nice job and come up. The stick made initially by Kevin Kirshner. And we'll give the tackle to the Jesuits. Slow getting up on that play. Maybe shaking up a little bit on the play might be Garrix. He was in on the tackle as well. Gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Back to the double wing formation with Baton split wide to the left. Handoff goes to Adelino up the middle. He breaks the tackle at the 10, fights his way down inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run by David Adelino, and the Spartans strike first here in the 3rd quarter. 7 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Adelino goes in from 9 yards. Lyle Luth is in to kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and this one is good, splits the uprights. So the Spartans have tied the game at 14. A nice job there by Adelino carrying that drive down the field. Had a nice long run early in the drive, and then from 9 yards, looked like he was going to be dropped after a gain of just a couple, but he fights his way into the end zone for the 9-yard touchdown run. So it's 14-14 with 7:38 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Spartans will kick off once again from right to left. And while we're waiting for them to set up, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying right here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. So Lyle Luth will kick off for the Spartans. A bounding kick goes to the 35-yard line. It's picked up by the Jesuits. Run off the left side out to about the 40-yard line by James Marusi, the senior 166-pound wideout for the Jesuits. Gets the Jesuits in a good spot on the field. We'll see where the ball is finally placed. It's all the way out to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, and Marusi was pushed back quite a few yards, and we had to wait for the stake to get set up. 1st and 10 at the 43 for the Jesuits. Backey is in shotgun formation. Ganem in motion. Flags on the play. We're going to have a motion penalty called against the Jesuits. It's going to be an illegal procedure call, and it will be 1st and 15. A lot of people moving at the snap on that. It looked like it was going to be a jet sweep to Joseph Ganem, a sophomore running back who's had quite a few carries here in this game. He's 5'9", 166 pounds, and that's a lot to be said for a sophomore running back getting as many carries as he has. It's an I formation set up behind Strecker Backey, and it's going to be a fake to the tailback, and Backey rolling to his right. He's looking for Garrix, throws it down low in the direction of Garrix. Good idea to get rid of that football as he was flushed from the pocket. Designed rollout play, but he did get pushed closer to the sidelines, I think, than he would prefer to have gone, and throws it incomplete, and it will be 2nd down and 15 for the Jesuits. Nice play defensively by the Spartans to put some pressure on the quarterback. It was Francis Cavanaugh that was doing some running in behind him, along with Mike Vitale. So Backey will face a 2nd and 15 throwing situation, but Fairfield Prep has been solid on the ground as well. Backey will set up in shotgun formation. Twin threats to the left. He will fake the handoff underneath to Moten and throw it back to the left, complete, and back to the original line of scrimmage. Pass on the play, complete to Andrew Ostrowski. Ostrowski gets 5. Clock is stopped. Ostrowski went out of bounds. It's 3rd down and 10 for the Jesuits. Big 3rd down conversion situation here for the Jesuits, and the Spartans really with some spark here in the second half. Took their opening drive in for a touchdown. Backey again with an empty backfield will keep it himself. He'll go off right tackle, and he's only going to get the ball just across the 45, I believe, out to the 46. So it's going to be 4th down and 6 for the Jesuits, and they'll kick the ball away to Tyler Burns, who is set up inside his 20-yard line. Stephen Walsh into punt. The last snap from the center was a bit low, and Walsh got down to get it. Amity looks like they're setting up a block, but they're going for the return. It's a high floating kick. It's going to come down at about the 32 and just kind of bounce straight up in the air and come to a stop right about that spot, the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. The Spartans will take over on their second possession here of the second half. The game is tied 14-all with 6 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. I'm Leo Bowler, alongside Rihanna Bahuniak is our producer, and upstairs on the camera is Phil Anderson, doing a great job all around tonight. It'll be the wishbone formation behind quarterback Tyler Burns. Double tight end set. And Burns will toss the ball back to Buono. Buono breaks a tackle at the 40 and fights his way out near the 45-yard line. Close to 1st down yardage. Near side official kills the clock to take a look at it. And the referee, Bill Riccio, announces the 1st down for the Amity Spartans. So big run by David Buono. Gets the ball out to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Amity Spartans. Nice blocking by the offensive line there for the Spartans. Left side led by Greg Purcell and Dennis Flanagan. Purcell playing left tackle, it looks like, and Flanagan at left guard. So the wishbone formation with an extra tight end on the right side. It's going to be Adelino going that direction. But the Jesuits, even with an extra blocker, rise to the occasion and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Spartans. And the first man to Adelino was Anthony Palazzolo, who's got an interception to his credit tonight. The sophomore, 6'5", 282 pounds with the pick. And he stopped Adelino after a gain of about a half a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 again. It's, again, the wishbone formation for the Spartans. And a fake to Adelino, and Hansen calls his own number. He rolls around the left side. He's across the 50, inside the 40, and steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Looked like he got down to about the 36. The official right on top of it calls him out at the 45. So it'll be, I'm sorry, at the 40. So it'll be 1st and 10. The Spartans, and the designed rollout for Tyler Burns gets the 1st down for the Spartans. He did have a receiver downfield. It may have been an option to throw the football downfield, but good coverage by the Jesuits forced Burns to put it under his arm and run. The lone setback in the backfield is Adelino. Twin wings once again, and the motion man is Schwanier, but the handoff goes up the middle to Adelino. He's across the 40. Down close to the 35, going to set up about the 36. And it's going to be 2nd and 6, a 4-yard gain for Adelino, who has had a very solid football game tonight. 4 minutes, 48 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, tied up at 14. Amity and Fairfield Prep doing battle here. Prep comes in at 5-1, Amity at 2-4. Double wing formation with Batone wide to the right. Ricks goes in motion. He gets the handoff, goes around the right side. He's chased out to the outside, and he turns the corner. He's down inside the 20-yard line, down all the way to the 16. Big run by Corey Ricks. Did a nice job cutting back up the sidelines. inside the defensive end and got down to the 17. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and this has been a different Spartan offense than we saw in the first half. Much more energy and really doing a good job moving the football. Adelino again is the lone setback. Twins wings, and it's going to be Schwanier. Fakes the Schwanier, handoff goes to Adelino. And Adelino, even with 2 or 3 defensive linemen hanging on, refuses to go down. There is a penalty flag flying on the play, and this is going to end up being a personal foul against one of these two teams. He came in late after the whistle. Gain of about a yard, maybe no gain on the play. We'll see where the football finally ends up. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. It is a personal foul, and it's going to go against the Jesuits. So that's going to cost them half the distance through the goal line and set up, I believe, close to a 1st and goal. Let's see where they go, but there's a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who called it. So it's a personal foul against the Jesuits. And then the penalty is being walked off now down to about the 9-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 1. I have not seen a timeout called on the field yet by the referee. I hear the whistle blowing, and it's a timeout taken by the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. So with 3:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter, 14-14 is the score. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games at YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. So the Jesuits take a timeout. Maybe Coach Tom Shea wanting to calm the players down a little bit. The penalty cost them about 8 yards or so. We'll call it 9. It brought the ball down inside the 10 and set them up with a 2nd and short for a 1st down. And the Spartans looking to score for the 2nd time in this 2nd half. Their lone score prior to the 2nd half was a 78-yard kickoff return by Tyler Burns. And Burns is going to keep it himself, and he's going to get the 1st down. There's another flag on the play, similar in nature to the last one. Let's see where this one is going to go against. And that one, the 1st down has been gained by the Spartans. Ball is down to close to the 5-yard line. The Spartans are moving backwards, however. So it looks like this one's going to go against the Spartans. Referee Ralph Riccio. It is a personal foul against the Amity Spartans. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. It will remain 1st down, however, because Tyler Burns gained the 1st down yardage. And so the ball will move back out to the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans at the Jesuit 21. 3 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. We've had 2 plays back-to-back personal foul calls, one against the Jesuits, one against the Spartans. Clock is stopped. Now it is winding at 3:45. And the Spartans will once again set up in the wishbone formation. There's an extra tight end on the left side, and Buno gets the fake, and rolling to his left is Tyler Burns. The ball gets knocked out of his hands, but he falls right on top of it, and a sack on the play by the Jesuits will be credited to Chris Pruden, a 5'10", 168-pound defensive back coming up to make the tackle in the backfield. Loss, let's see, it's out to about the 29, so loss of about 8 on the play. Now we'll call it 7. We're going to call it 2nd down, 17 for the Spartans. I formation behind Tyler Burns. Wide to the right goes Fioli. Handoff will go to Corey Ricks. He may have gotten the yardage back that was lost on the sack. We'll see how far he got. Only to about the 23-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Spartans, and that penalty really cost the Spartans. They would have had a 1st down and goal from about the 5-yard line, and now they're battling a 3rd and 12. Luth with a big leg, the kicker for the Spartans is maybe within his range. Burns is in shotgun formation with Adelino to his left. Quick slant pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. I did not see who got a hand on it, but it would not surprise me if it was the 6'5" Anthony Palazzolo. It's going to be 4th down. And Luth will come in to attempt a field goal. And Luth has the leg for this kick. We'll see where he's going to set up. He's going to set up at the 30-yard line. It will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. A long kick for a high school kicker without question. 2:09 remaining. Schwanier will hold the football. It's a good snap. The hold is good. The kick is up. It's a line drive kick. It misses wide right. It had the distance, but the kick goes wide to the right, so the Jesuits dodge a bullet with the penalty against the Spartans and will take over 1st and 10. The Spartans had a chance to have a 1st and goal, but the penalty pushed them back outside the 20, and 1st and 10, the Jesuits will take over, and they are at the 20-yard line. The ball was set up at the 23 before the kick. Not sure why it's at the 20 now. Ganem gets the handoff going from right to left. Ganem turns the corner, cuts back toward the middle, has a nice run there, gets out to about the 30-yard line. Tackled on the play in the open field by John Mazzone. Good enough for a 1st down. He got to the 30-yard line. 10-yard gain by Joe Ganem, and it is 1st and 10 for the Jesuits. They have the ball at their own 30-yard line. Coming wide to the right is Joe Ganem, spread way out away from the offensive line. The handoff will go to Dylan Ryan off the left side. Ryan gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. Tackled on the play by Matt Adelino. 2nd down and 9. He got about a yard on the play, maybe fell forward after the contact from the sophomore Matt Adelino. 1:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Jesuits and the Spartans tied at 14. This time it will be David Garrix wide to the right in an I formation in behind quarterback Strecker Backey. And Backey will hand the ball off in the backfield. A nice job keeping his footing is Dylan Ryan. Ryan got grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, almost fell down, but able to fight his way forward and got outside the 35. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Jesuits. The Jesuits running the plays in and out. Stephen Walsh comes in, gives the play to quarterback Strecker Backey, who brings his Jesuits to the line of scrimmage. Wing formation behind, and now a shift brings the tight end over to the near side with a wing back. And the handoff will go to a dive, and not too much running room there. And the Spartans, led once again by linebacker John Mazzone, hits the running back at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for about a yard. 4th down and 4 for the Jesuits, and that will do it for quarter number 3. So the score after 3, the home team Amity Spartans 14, and the visitors, the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, 14. You're watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler along with the crew, Phil Anderson upstairs. Rihanna Bahuniak is our producer, and we are ready for the final 12 minutes here. We will be naming a player of the game at the end of this one, and right now it's going to be difficult to name a player. There's been some outstanding performances on both sides, and we will name a player afterwards. Just to remind you that PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports live here. Now, the ball is being set up at the 30, just inside the 38-yard line. And Walsh will be kicking the ball away to Tyler Burns, who's set up at his own 25-yard line. Last snap was a good one by the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. One before that was down kind of low. And this one is a good one. And the kick is up. It's a high but fairly short kick. It hits at about the 34 and bounces into the arms of the Jesuits' Matt Festa, and he will down it, and it will be 1st and 10, Amity. So a short drive for the Jesuits to end the third quarter, and the first play of the fourth quarter is a punt, and Amity will take over 1st and 10, and the ball is at the 33-yard line. Breaking out of the huddle come the Spartans, and under center goes Tyler Burns. Adelino, the lone setback, baton wide to the right. Double wing formation once again, and it's Ricks in motion. Fakes the handoff to Ricks and gives it to Adelino up the middle, and Adelino really just does not want to go down. He's running like he's got to wash his own jersey or something. He does not want to hit the ground at all. 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans. Burns looking to the sidelines to get the play. Consults the cuff, and away they go. I formation behind Burns. The deep back is Buono. It goes to Adelino up the middle, and he gets maybe a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6. It'll be a long 6 for the Spartans, and it's becoming a defensive struggle here in the fourth quarter. Double threat to the right. Single threat to the left, and now Ricks moves out and he gets in the slot. So twins both sides. Adelino to the left of Tyler Burns. Burns, a design quarterback draw, gets across the 40 out to about the 45, and he may have fallen forward for the 1st down, and he did. 1st down yardage for Tyler Burns on a design quarterback draw. And the Spartans keep their drive alive. Right at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. So the Spartans getting ready to try to enter the Jesuits' territory. It's going to be the wishbone formation with a double tight end set. And it's going to be a sweep to the right. It's Buono. Buono around the right side, breaks a tackle, spins inside the 45 of the Jesuits, and is driven out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Buono with the run that gets the 1st down. The stakes have not moved yet, but now there they go. So it's going to be the 42-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for the Spartans. 1st and 10 in Jesuit territory. And the Spartans in a rare offensive huddle on the night. 9 minutes and 58 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter in a tie game, 14-14. Wishbone formation behind Tyler Burns. Burns will give the ball to Buono. Buono off the left side, spins out of a tackle at the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Buono did a nice job getting out of the initial tackle. A gain of about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Spartans, and that's the situation they'd like to be in. 2nd and less than 5 is a good spot for an offensive football team to be in. And back into the huddle go the Spartans, and they break out, and stay with that wishbone formation. There's an extra lineman on the right side of this Amity offensive line, and that's Connor Myatt. Up the middle goes Adelino, and he is just running very hard tonight. He's got enough yardage for a first down inside the 35 to the 33. I may have been premature. Let's see. Referee Bill Riccio taking a close look. We may end up having a measurement here. Yes, we will. We'll take a look at this one. It is very close. Adelino, once again, just a very powerful running back. Gets hit and continues to get yards after contact. 9:09 remaining in the fourth quarter, and a tie game here. These two teams squaring off. Amity looking for a victory behind sophomore quarterback Tyler Burns, and Amity will have a third down in about a foot or so. Their starting quarterback, senior James Seminella, went down with injury 3 games ago, and Tyler Burns has stepped in as a sophomore, doing a very nice job at quarterback, showing quite a bit of poise under center and doing a nice job. So again, they stick with the full house backfield. A double tight end, and this time Myatt flops to the left side. So the power side of the line is to Burns' left, and he's going to keep it, push his way forward down inside the 30-yard line, down to the 26. And it was a great offensive line surge by the Spartans that pushed that big Fairfield Prep line back and allowed Burns to just kind of tuck in behind his offensive lineman and get the first down. 8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in a tie game. 1st and 10 Amity at the 27-yard line. Call it the 26-yard line. Again, the full house backfield with the extra lineman on the left, and it'll be to the right. This time a new ball carrier with the football. It is Jordan Lugani. Lugani gets the ball. And I called him Lugani the first time, but I heard the public address announcer say his name, and I'm sitting in his press box. So this is the Stan Gadensky press box, and he is in the press box with us, along with William H. Johnson, who this field is named after. We have the pleasure of having them both here in the press box. This time it will be Adelino following his 2 lead blockers. He gets down just inside the 25, so a short yardage gain there. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Spartans in a big 3rd down situation. The Jesuits defense has been on the field quite a bit here in the second half. And that was one of the statements that Coach Tom Shea said to me, that at the beginning of the game he needs to make sure his defense can stop this powerful Amity offense, and they're having a tough time of it on this drive. Burns back to throw. He rolls to his right, throws into triple coverage, and it's knocked down. A little pushing and shoving, a little chippiness after the play. No flags thrown, fortunately for both teams. 4th down and 7 for the Spartans, and they're at another situation where I think they're going to have to go for this on 4th down. A field goal attempt from here would be close to a 45-yarder. And Lyle Luth pushed a 40-yarder wide to the right. Did have the distance, the line drive kick, but it did go wide to the right. So 4th and 7, big 4th down situation. I formation, it's a shotgun formation with Adelino to the right of Burns. He's forced out of the pocket. Flag down on the play. That's going to end up being holding against Amity. Burns turns the corner. He's going to get in the end zone, but this one's coming back. Flag down on the play. Illegal motion against the Amity Spartans, and that's going to come back. So the 4-yard touchdown run for Tyler Burns is no good. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and then they will repeat 4th down. Nice run there by Tyler Burns to get to the outside. He was looking to throw, but great coverage downfield by the Jesuit secondary. Forced him to tuck the ball under. And the sophomore showing good field presence out there, holding the football and running. got into the end zone, but it's called back. It's going to be 4th down and 12 now for the Spartans. Another tough conversion attempt here. Burns has handled the quarterback position the entire second half. He did share the spot a few plays in the first half with David Ryan, but now Burns will go in shotgun formation. Triple threats to the left, Ricks alone to the right, and Adelino on the right side. And there's a blitz up the middle. Burns able to stand in the pocket. He's got Ricks behind him. He's defenders. Touchdown! A 28-yard touchdown pass from sophomore Tyler Burns to junior Corey Ricks, who got behind the secondary and made the catch over the shoulders. A beautiful pass by Burns, and Amity leads 20-14 here in the fourth quarter with 7:07 remaining. The 28-yard touchdown pass. Tyler Burns to Corey Ricks, and Lyle Luth's extra point is good. And Amity has the 7-point lead with 7:07 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 21-14, Amity on top of the Fairfield Prep Jesuits. So the second half has been, the story has been Amity's offense. They have executed a couple of long drives that ended in a 9-yard run on the first one by David Adelino and tied the score at 14, and then Tyler Burns hooks up with Corey Ricks for the 21-14 lead for Amity. Fairfield Prep has not scored since a minute 32 remaining in the second quarter. And that on a 1-yard run by John Moten, and Moten with his first touchdown at 7:57 of quarter number 2 on an 11-yard run, and that's the scoring here in Woodbridge, Connecticut. Luth will kick off. It's an end-over-end kick that will be taken at about the 25, run out across the 40, across the 45, and all the way out to the 47-yard line goes John Moten. Nice return there by Moten. That's the first kick Amity has kicked end over end tonight. They've been squibbing most of them. And the Jesuits will have good field position to start this drive with 7 minutes exactly remaining here in quarter number 4. The Jesuits trail by 7. Strecker Backey will go into shotgun formation with twin threats to the right, single threat to the left. Back to pass, quick pass, and it's picked off! Picked off by the Spartans, Ben Fiola. Fiola will get run out of bounds inside the 20. And Fiola camping out there in the secondary. Backey tried to throw the curl pass to the wideout on the right side, and Ben Fiola steps in front, returns it back to the, call it the 17-yard line of the Jesuits, and it's 1st and 10 Amity. It's at the 16-yard line. 6:52 remaining here, and Amity threatening again in the red zone. And the Jesuits will need a stop here to stay within one score. Keep in mind, Lyle Luth, the Amity kicker, with a very strong leg. This is within his range. Wishbone formation, double tight end with an extra lineman on the right. It's going to be Adelino up the middle. Adelino bulls his way down to, we'll see where they set the ball finally. Looks like he got close to the 11. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans. Tyler Burns doing a lot of running back and forth to the sidelines to get the plays, no longer relying on the sleeves that the players are wearing on their arms. And it's going to be once again into that power formation, 3 backs, full house backfield. And it's going to be Buno on the left side. Buno hops out of a tackle, pushes his way down to about the 10. Maybe got inside the 10 by the length of the football. It's going to be 3rd and about 4. We'll call it 3rd and 3 for the Spartans. Ball is right at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to move here. 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And the Spartans knocking on the door once again in the red zone at the 10. They can get a first down if they can get the ball down to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 6. Full house backfield again, extra lineman on the right. It'll be a sweep toward the power, and Buno goes nowhere. He loses his footing, but he was being brought down by Kevin Kirshner, the 5'11", 178-pound defensive back coming in from the right side. Looked like possibly a corner blitz on that, and a loss on the play back all the way to the, see where the ball is, about the 14-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down, and Lyle Luth will set up to kick a 30-yard field goal. Definitely within his range. This can push the distance to 2 scores if Luth can hit this field goal. It's a good snap. The hold is down. Schwanier gets it down. It's up and good. A 30-yard field goal for Lyle Luth. And the score is now Amity 24, Fairfield Prep 14, a 10-point lead. The Jesuits with 4:45 remaining to try to get back within a score. They're going to want to do that very quickly. The 30-yard field goal by Luth splits the uprights, and Lyle Luth's got a heck of a leg there. And keep in mind, folks, he's only a junior, so he'll be back next year to continue kicking here for the Amity Spartans. He's 5'7", 165. He's probably got some growing to go, and his leg will only get stronger. So the kick is set to go here from Luth. Deep for the Jesuits. The same 2 that have been there all night, and it's back again, this time to Moten. Moten loses his footing and comes down at the 25-yard line, just inside. We'll call it the 24. 1st and 10 for the Jesuits. Strecker Backey, the quarterback of the Jesuits, has a very solid arm. Coming into the game, he was 25 of 66 with 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's had a pick tonight. He has not thrown for a touchdown, but he has connected very deep on a couple of nice passes. One to Stephen Walsh that set up one of the scoring plays for the Jesuits. He is in shotgun formation with an empty backfield. Looking over the middle, flush from the pocket. Chased out of the pocket by Greg Purcell, and he's going to keep the ball and run around right end. Going to get out to about the 30-yard line, maybe just shy of the 30. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Jesuits. He got out of bounds and stopped the clock, so Backey with the wherewithal to step out of bounds and not take an extra hit. It's a short 5, but ball is just on the 30-yard line. Once again, Backey with the empty backfield, twin threats left and right. A quick turnaround pass to Moten. Moten will have the first down yardage, and he's out across the 35-yard line to the 36. 1st and 10, Jesuits. Clock continues to run. The Jesuits need to hurry out of the huddle, and they do just that. Backey again with an empty backfield. Triple threats to his right, and he will look that way to throw. Got a receiver over the middle. He does not pull the trigger. Now he does, and throws it away and over the head of John Moten. And he had a receiver over the middle. Moten had a couple of steps on the defense. Backey may not have been able to see him over the big Amity offensive line, being chased there by Greg Purcell. 6', 260. Purcell is a senior, playing in the middle of that defensive line. Dennis Flanagan also doing some chasing there as well, and he's also another big player. Dennis Flanagan is 6'2", 235. Triple threats again to the right. Backey goes back to pass, setting up the screen. It's complete on the right side. And it was complete to Golger. Golger takes the ball out on the screen, just a couple of yards short of the first down. It's going to be third and a long one, probably 2, I would say. And this is a very big third down conversion, certainly 4-down territory for the Jesuits, who trail 24-14 with 3:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The Jesuits break the huddle. This time they will go under center. A shift. Power goes to the right side. And it's going to be a handoff going for the first down. Moten will have first down yardage and more. He's across the 50-yard line into Amity territory, down to the 48, 1st and 10. Clock will stop while the chains are moved. And then they will wind immediately as soon as the chains are set. Fairfield Prep has not gone to the no huddle quite yet. Twin threats to the left, single to the right. Backey looking over the middle. He will throw that way, and he's got Moten over the middle. It's complete. Moten inside the 20, down to about the 11-yard line. Nice pass by Backey, who had Moten open over the middle. Similar route to what he ran when Backey got flushed from the pocket and had to throw it away. Down close to the 10-yard line of Fairfield Prep. 1st and 10. They can get a first down inside the 1-yard line, but only about the length of a football. 1st and 10. Jesuits. Empty backfield again for Backey. He looking over the middle, and it's complete to Moten. No, it's get knocked down and onto the ground. Nice pass right into the midsection, but great defensive work there by defensive back DeAndre Wilson. Got a hand in there and knocked it out. 2nd and 10. Exciting game here from the William H. Johnson Field. Got a good viewpoint in the Stan Gdansky press box. 2nd down and 10 for the Jesuits. I've got to tell you, there's great hospitality here in Amity. Moten goes in motion, a reverse going to the left side, and it's going to be Ganem, goes down inside the 5 to the 1, touchdown. Joe Ganem on a 10, we'll call it 11-yard touchdown run with 2:30 remaining, and Joe Ganem can move. He showed some speed there when he turned it on the Jets, and only a 10-yard run, but he really flew into the end zone. So the 11-yard run by Joe Ganem closes the gap to 4 points. The extra point now, very important extra point by Liam Coyle. And Coyle's kick is good. And the Jesuits close to within 3. And now the all-important decision. Do you go for the onside kick? Do you kick it away and try to stop them with some good field position? These are the plays that I do not envy the coach's decision-making. It's a very difficult choice to make. Amity will get the football, leading 24-21 on the strength of a 30-yard Lyle Luth field goal. So Amity getting ready to receive the kick from Fairfield Prep. They come out on the field, and deep for the Spartans will be Tyler Burns along with Corey Ricks. But we've got the all-hands team out there right now. Not too many numbers over 50 on the field right now for Amity because everybody out there has got some good hands. There's 8 Fairfield Prep Jesuits to the left of the kicker, which has been like that pretty much all night. It is a bouncer. Stepping up to recover the football is Noah Fleischer-Carino, and he will recover it at the 49-yard line of the Jesuits. And now the Jesuits need a stop. They have 2 timeouts remaining with 2.5 minutes left. There is no 2-minute warning, so there won't be a break there. So they'll have to use their 2 timeouts to stop the clock And more importantly, they'll need to stop the Amity offense that has been very good in their power set. This time they come out with Batone to the left, double wing formation. Adelino gets the ball off right tackle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, fights his way forward for about 2. Timeout call by the Jesuits, and they'll stop the clock. Only 6 seconds taken off the clock by that play. We get a timeout here on the field taken by the Jesuits. And just so you know, Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter. We give you all the news and information and links to great highlights. You can follow Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. So the Jesuits stop Adelino after a gain of about a yard and a half. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. They still have one more timeout left, which I'm assuming they're going to burn right after 2nd down. That will stop the clock for the final time for the Jesuits. And then Amity can run off about 50 seconds. So if the Jesuits can stop them here on this drive, they will get the football back with over a minute remaining. It's going to be a double wing formation, it appears. Schwanier will be on the right, Ricks to the left. Wide to the left is Batone. And now Amity will have to burn a timeout. Some confusion as to the set that they were going to have. I think they have 12 guys on the field right now. Let's take a quick count. No, they got 11, so they were out there with 10, and that may have been part of the confusion. So the scoring for tonight, I'm going to have to consult with Rihanna, my producer, because the last 2 scores, I neglected to put the time down. So, we have some help. It was 4:45 was the Tyler Burns pass to Corey Ricks.
No,
That was 7:07, sorry. That was 7:07, okay.
4:45 was field goal.
The field goal was at 4:45. And Prep scored at 2:40. All right, so we're back up to speed again, thanks to our friends from Fairfield Prep. Burns rolls around the left side. He breaks a tackle and gets down the field for the first down, and very smartly goes down before he gets pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Okay, so it's 1st and 10 Amity, and wisely Burns goes down. The clock will wind. Fairfield Prep does have one more timeout. They will not use it here, apparently, and the Spartans will come out. I can't imagine they're going to snap the ball until the back judge's arm goes up. In Connecticut, the back judge's mechanics tell you that when 5 seconds remain on the play clock, the back judge's arm goes up, and that's exactly what Tyler Burns is doing. Back judge's arm goes up. He continues to call his cadence, and it will go over the right guard. It's Adelino, gets forward for about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and now the Jesuits will burn their final timeout. 1:41 remaining in this matchup tonight. 24-21 on the strength of Lyle Luce, 30-yard field goal. The Spartans over the Jesuits right now. So let me recap the scoring here for the second half now that I've gotten all my times straight. The Spartans scored with 7 minutes 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter when David Adelino went for the 9-yard run that made it 14-14 after Lyle Luce's kick. And then with 7:07 remaining in the fourth quarter, Tyler Burns found Corey Ricks on a 28-yard touchdown pass that put Amity up 21-14 after the extra point. And then after an interception by the Amity Spartans, the interception was by Ben Fiola. A 30-yard field goal by Lyle Luth made it 24-14, and then Joe Ganem on an 11-yard reverse. The extra point good by Liam Coyle, and it's 24-21. The handoff will go to Adelino. He'll bull his way forward for the first down for the Spartans. And that may do it for the Amity Spartans. Clock stops while the chains get moved, but it will start again, and the Spartans now can take 25 seconds off the clock with each snap. Now the clock is going to be stopped for a measurement. Adelino very, very close to first down yardage. We will step aside for a very short break at the end of the game so that we can quickly chat about player of the game. We'll get some input from the whole crew here tonight. David Adelino with a big game tonight. It is a first down. So the Amity Spartans with the first down at this point can take 3 knees, and maybe they can't take 3 knees. 25 seconds left. We'll see. My math is a little bit rough, Rihanna. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. You'll have to stick with us and see if the Jesuits can get a turnover with 1:35 left. First down inside the 30-yard line at the 27 of the Jesuits. Turning point of the game was the interception by Fiola when it was tied 21-20. I'm sorry, it was 21-14 at that point. Fiola's interception allowed Lyle Luth's field goal to push the lead to 10 for the Spartans. The Spartans have taken a timeout here with 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. So they lead 24-21 with 1:08 left here in the fourth quarter. And stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game and wrap up all the action after this ball game is over. That will be coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So the Spartans come back from the sidelines. 1:08 left. They get into what coaches refer to as victory formation, where Tyler Burns will walk backwards, stand still, and take a knee back at the 30-yard line. Clock will continue to move under a minute now. 55 seconds remaining in the game. The Spartans will move to 3-4 on the season, and the Jesuits will drop to 5-2. Next up for the Jesuits, Brantford is on their schedule next, and the Amity Spartans will play Hamden. So it's Hamden for Amity, and it is Brantford for the Jesuits, and that will do it. The final score here from the William H. Johnson Field in Woodbridge, Connecticut: the Amity Spartans 24, the Fairfield Prep Jesuits 21. We're going to take just a 30-40 second break here, chat about who the player of the game is, and we'll be right back right after this on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school football. Okay, we're back here on PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from Woodbridge, Connecticut. The final score, the Amity Spartans 24, the Fairfield Prep Jesuits 21. Now, we had a lot of choices to make for the player of the game. I'm going to name a few of them that we really could have named. It could have been Lyle Luth, who hit the 30-yard field goal to push the Spartans ahead by 10 and close out the game by a 3-point victory. It could have been Tyler Burns, the sophomore, who had a very good game at quarterback. And we had an interception by Ben Fiola. He easily could have been player of the game. But after discussion here in the booth, we've decided that the player of the game for tonight, senior, number 34, David Adelino, with big runs in big spots. I made a comment earlier. He was running like he had to wash his uniform himself because he did not want to go down. The defensive line would hang. He would push, drive his legs. A tremendous job by David Adelino. So Brantford will be the next up for Fairfield Prep. Hamden for the Amity Spartans. The Spartans move to 3 and 4, and the Fairfield Prep Jesuits drop to 5 and 2. Well, that's going to wrap it up here from the William H. Johnson Field in the Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler, and you just saw the Amity Spartans defeat the Fairfield Prep Jesuits 24-21. For our producer, Rihanna Bahuniak, our videographer, Phil Anderson, I'm Leo Bowler saying so long, and we'll hope you join us next Friday on your destination for high school sports and Friday night football, PlayOnSports.com. Good night, everybody.